Hello everyone and welcome back to the SteemTrail gaming news. Today is the 18th December of 2017. My name is Kralizec and I will be your host for the evening. So let's get straight into the news. Today we got three interesting topics. First, we're going to talk about a new patent concerning robots from Nintendo. Secondly, we're going to talk about a stolen version of Cuphead appearing on iOS. And last of all, about CounterStrike possibly getting a Battle Royale mode. But let's begin with Nintendo and their new patent. So I actually got some images for you guys, so let me put those on. So this is the first image. And what the hell is this? This is a new patent from Nintendo filed on December 14th. And I'm the only one who sees the walker from Star Wars in this. Like, almost exactly. So this new patent is for a passive walking device and passive walking module. So I got one more image for you guys. Let me show you this one as well. Oh, this one seems just like legs. I mean, what the hell? What is this exactly? So, this patent was published by the World Intellectual Property Organization that has actually filed it for Nintendo. And yeah, it pretty much seems to be a pair of robotic legs capable of walking without a power supply, just based on their own weight. I have no idea what is this, but I'm fascinated by this. Especially by the one that resembles a walker from Star Wars. I mean, what the hell is this thing? Is this going to be a new toy from Nintendo? They're going to start making robots? I just don't have a clue. And I really, really want your guys' opinion on this one. If you even have a clue, an idea, just or a theory of what this could actually be, please leave a comment. I'm seriously baffled. Next up, let's talk about Cuphead on iOS. So Cuphead, the hit of last year, or this year actually still, the very hard action platformer, I think that's a good description of this game, has appeared on iOS. But it isn't an official version, so it was listed at a price of $5, and it has already been taken down, unsurprisingly. I got this article originally from Polygon, and they actually managed to snatch it before it was taken down, and they tried it, and it's a working version of Cuphead. Well, working might be quite a stretch here. It's essentially just take the computer version, port it so it works on iOS, run it through a compiler, and slap some virtual joysticks on it. So as far as I understand, it's virtually unplayable because sometimes the virtual joystick just clips through the game. It's buggy as hell. But this actually gives me hope that one day we may see Cuphead on either iOS or Android. I would prefer it on Android because that is what I use, but still, even on iOS, this might be an amazing piece of game, though it would probably require some semblance of redesign to accommodate touchscreen controls. I really wouldn't like to play this as it is on touch. Though, Game Pass that are compatible with your mobile phone or your tablet aren't really that expensive. You can get them for like $20, maybe even cheaper if you're not really looking for something that has good quality. And I'm just baffled again that somebody actually managed to do this. On the other hand, obviously it was a bad thing to do. You shouldn't steal other stuff and try to sell it, so that's the reason why it was taken down. But again, I just want to see Cuphead on tablets. I don't want to play this on mobile. I really don't. On mobile, it would just be what's a nightmare of a nightmare? That's because that's what it'd be. It would be just a horrible mess to try to even play this thing on like that teeny tiny display. On tablet, I can definitely see myself playing it there, especially if I could attach a gamepad to it. And our last piece of news for today, I know this is a short episode because mostly it's just like news. It's nothing to really talk about. But CounterStrike Global Offensive might be getting a Battle Royale mode. Obviously, Battle Royale has been really popular this year. PUBG, anyone? Nobody heard of it? So obviously PUBG has become the most played game on Steam, taking the place away from Dota and Counter-Strike. At the same time, it just swept right through them. And there were a few other games that successfully engaged the Battle Royale genre, like H1Z1 or Fortnite Battle Royale. So it isn't really surprising that Counter-Strike might be attempting to make a game mode from themselves. The reason this has been issued is according to Valve News Network, they are essentially examining patches for CSGO. They seen some interesting files, including things as compound bows, barefisted combat, adrenaline shots, breach charges, solar pulses, and MK2 grenades, and many more, that actually seemed to fit more of a Battle Royale genre than the original Counter-Strike sort of gameplay. And I gotta say, this could actually just be the thing that may take away a lot of PUBG players, because it's always easier to play everything inside one thing. That's literally the reason why Steam is what Steam is, because it is easier to just have one launcher where you play all your games, where you buy all your games, and you don't have to have a separate program for that. And people are just lazy, and that's the reason why we like to do that, why we like to have everything in one place. There are just a few big studios who can get away with having their own launcher. Blizzard is a perfect example of that, and it's the reason why they don't have to have their games on Steam, because they already have a dedicated fan base that will buy their games at different places than Steam. But back to PUBG, well, not PUBG, but back to Battle Royale happening on Counter-Strike, and it's stealing a little bit of a player base away from PUBG. It's the fact that a lot of people still love to play Counter-Strike. And there's definitely a crossover between the player bases of PUBG and the player bases for Counter-Strike. And if you don't have to have two games for this, you might just consider playing the Battle Royale mode in Counter-Strike. Also, it just might be something you prefer to PUBG. I for example, very much prefer the Fortnite Battle Royale to PUBG. And Counter-Strike might be one of those games that does it very well. They have a lot of experience with great gameplay, especially great gunplay, which is a very, very important factor in a shooter, obviously. So I'm actually wishing them luck. I'm not that big of a fan of PUBG. I think it just came out at a perfect exact moment when people were looking for something new. A few streamers got into it, and people love watching streamers, and also has that sort of inbuilt story where, you know, you start with nothing and you just essentially try to hide your ass while you're getting loot, just occasionally killing somebody, ideally from the back. It's almost like watching a thriller, watching somebody play PUBG or Fortnite or any other Battle Royale game. But that's the thing, that's not necessarily incorporated into PUBG. That's just incorporated into the genre. And based on how well Counter-Strike actually manages to implement this sort of storyline, I think that will be the thing that either makes or breaks the game mode in Counter-Strike. if they actually manage to implement this thing better than PUBG has it, they might steal a considerable amount of players from PUBG away, or maybe even back. And with that being said, it's going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's news. If you did, please consider giving us a thumbs up here on YouTube and subscribing to our channel. If you are watching this on Steam, please consider giving us an upvote and following our blog, because we're going to bring you daily news every single day. That's sort of the point of the word daily. And please leave a comment, especially about the Nintendo stuff, because what the F is even that? Seriously, just I want to hear your theories. And that's pretty much it for today. So see you guys later with more gaming content.